pro-CCP shills are all the same, and it's just very typical. It's just very predictable, okay? You can go to any of their channels. You can go to Guelo60, Daniel Dumbrill, Barrett, Jayo, China Teacher. Shout out to all the pro-CCP shills. You can go to any of their channels and you can always see the same videos. And these people are very unaware that they are being pushed as a propaganda mouthpiece. And it's quite hilarious because a lot of the stuff that they talk about is not really pro-China, it's just pro-CCP propaganda. Okay, it's as I've always said, people that are pro-China are traveling around, they're showing you the land, the food, they're showing you the wonderful people. They're not talking to you about how safe China is. You know, they're not talking about that kind of stuff, right? Because it's not about being pro-CCP, right? So the other thing is that none of them have been on TV or successful in China for anything. And a lot of them do have talent. As an example, if I can speak English, Daniel Dumbrill has a business, right? A successful foreigner goes to China, uses his mom and dad's money to purchase a business. He should be in the newspaper, you know, he should you know, it should be huge, right? He should be on television for that type of stuff and being interviewed for it, but he's not. Instead, he gets interviewed for furthering his pro-China CCP propaganda, right? None of these people are ever put on there for their amazing high-quality video, right? As an example, Jayo, a guy that rides a motorcycle or a bike. Sorry, not a motorcycle. You're not that cool. You you ride a three-wheel bike from the top of China, Ningbo, down south or whatever, and you've never been put on television for it, right? They don't put you on television for that. They put you on television because you go on there and say, well, I don't think that China would spread the virus intentionally. And just those like very simple, useless words get you put on CGTN, right? And it's always the same. All of the pro-CCP people have been put on video for just saying the dumbest shit, really. Like it's nothing important. But because it's furthering the propaganda, it's actually important, right? The propaganda department will push them out there, and then you'll see these pro-CCP YouTubers try to continue that and then realize that it doesn't work. I think Guelo60's on his like 4th Parks Are Amazing videos because the first one did so well when a Chinese state-run media propaganda machine that's actually situated in America gave him a little push. But it ain't gonna happen, Guelo. They're not gonna give you another push, okay? The other thing is that none of these people speak Chinese, or at least very good Chinese. Maybe Daniel Dumbrill speaks some Chinese, but he's too afraid to debate Laowai 86 in Chinese, so it's probably not amazing, right? But either way, these people aren't watching the news in Chinese. They aren't reading a lot of stuff in Chinese about the news because they don't realize that the news has differences in it, that there are things that they put for foreigners and things that they put for Chinese people. And even though the propaganda is pretty much the same, it's packaged differently. Propaganda for Chinese people looks and sounds different than propaganda for foreigners, right? Because they're so smart about propaganda that they've realized that we pick up on different things as people socially, right? And that was the thing for me. I used to try to learn Chinese by watching like local Beijing news, and it was horrible. By the way, it's horribly boring. Don't do that. That's not a recommendation. I did it because I thought like the Beijing accent was amazing, and you know, that was the face. Again, don't do that. But none of these people understand the difference, that what they're saying is just pro-CCP propaganda because they don't read or hear different types of propaganda in China. They don't understand that it's all from the same source, right? So they all make the same videos. They all say the same things. The other thing to talk about is that everyone is like anti-American. It's always anti-America. You rarely see anti anything else, right? You never see like anti-UK. You see it a little, right? Where you'll see like they're mad at the UK, they're mad at Australia, but it's like one article, right? And then you go to like Chinese websites and they have like 5 different articles about how they're mad at America. And all the pro-CCP YouTubers just really hate America. All of them hate America. And they're too stupid to realize that the reason that they all hate America is because the pro-CCP propaganda wants them to hate America, right? Most of them have never been to America even. And they, they still hate America, right? The next thing is that none of them ever compare China to their home countries. I've said this to like China teacher before. I'm like, dude, you're from Colombia. Why don't you compare China to Colombia? And he, in so many words in a nice way, was like, dude, nobody gives a shit about Colombia. And that's true, right? China doesn't care about Colombia. They don't care about Colombian people, right? And it's the same thing with, Sexpat60 and Daniel Duckbrill, 2 Canadians. They never compare China to Canada. They rarely do that, right? They're never like, oh, Canada sucks, Maybe sometimes they do it, but 99% of the time it's anti-American propaganda because, again, that's what China wants them to do. So all of these pro-CCP shills are, of course, the same. They're all anti-American. They all make the same videos. None of them are ever in the media for anything that they've done successful, even if they are successful. And most of them speak very little Chinese, okay? That's all I wanted to say for this video. Just a short rant today. Check out my Patreon page. Like, comment, subscribe. I want to thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.